this challenge, and it's just like filling a sketchbook in 1 week. And I saw some people doing like bigger sketchbooks than I have. Like mine is watercolor paper, so there's only like 24 sheets in here. But I still feel like 24, it might be 25, I'm not sure. 24 sheets in 1 week is a lot, especially because it's my first time doing a challenge like this. There's a chance that I've like filled a sketchbook in a week before, but not as a challenge. It's day 1 of filling my sketchbook in 1 week. I decorated the cover and I made some sketches, and then I've done about 2.5 pages so far. I think I need to do like 3.5 pages per day in order to complete this in a 7-day time period. I woke up super early. I was doing like a TikTok live this morning of painting, and I got like 1.5 done then, and then I did, and the worst part is I was thinking about coming back. Like I did this and then I was like, I'll come back to it and finish, add some more later. And then I moved on to the next one, and then I did the same thing where I had to come back to it, except I actually did come back to this one. But that was so time consuming. It's already like 1:20, and I've done half of this page. I have to finish this page and do another half. And I wanted to get a little bit ahead on day 1 in case I like start to lose momentum as the week goes on. I did try to sketch like on every page, but like some of the sketches are not. And then I did leave, I think, just the last page blank, and I think I'm going to regret that because I think I'm going to lose momentum and like ideas as it goes on. But I left it blank in case I had like an idea in the middle and I like got super inspired to do something. Plus I was just running out of ideas. Like I was getting a little desperate here with like the Tears of the Kingdom cooking recipe. I was gonna do the flowers, but then they were more intricate than I wanted, because I did some of the other Tears of the Kingdom plants here, like, and I have the balm flower and whatever, but I didn't want like the dandelion and stuff. It's like they're really pretty, but they're a little bit more, they just seem like more work to sketch, and I didn't. Yeah, but I'm doing the Tears of the Kingdom some mushrooms right now, and that's Zelda, the video game. All the art I have here is either a picture I took, a picture someone I know took, or is from Zelda. But I think this one is turning out pretty cute. I do think it's really good because I have to like stop and just let go. Like the first one I really wanted to keep working on, but I just kept working on wet paint because I have like a time limit. But I think it turned out really pretty after it dried. So while I still think I could go back and add more detail and make it more realistic, I think that it's a cute piece, and I'll probably leave it like that, and then if at the end I have more time I could come back to it. But I don't think it looks bad how it is, and I think it's kind of cute. So I'll go do like a flip through of like all the sketches and partial art I have now. And then I'm gonna try and knock out the other page and a half and then see where we are. a few reasons why I chose to do this challenge, and it's really funny because every time I do a challenge, I am like in the middle of it. I'm like, I'm never doing a challenge again. Why do I always do art challenges? And then by the end of it, I always remember why I do them. Making a lot of art is good for me. Like when I do like an Arttober, like an Inktober dupe, it's really good because I'm making art every single day and it's getting me back in the mindset of making art and doing art things. And for the past like 6 months, I'd say I've been really consistent with making art and art related products and stuff for my shop and all that kind of stuff. But recently I've been working a lot on everything for my shop relaunch, which is on May 1st. And I've not been like physically making a lot of art. I've been making a lot of art products. Like I've been turning my art into art prints and sticker sheets and stickers. I got a Cameo and a printer for making products for my art, and that's been consuming a lot of my time, but it's still very artistic and on brand because it's making stuff of my art. Like these are all stickers I made of my art. But it's not actually making art, and when I am making art, because I'm doing so many collabs, it's like I'm planning and making something with the product they're sending me just to make something with the product. It's not really working on any of the projects I'm actually intending on working on when I have time. So I kind of wanted to do the challenge because it's like I am not in an art mindset. I'm in an artist mindset, but not an art mindset. I'm not actively making a lot of art. I'm not planning. I'm not feeling inspired. And another thing with the collabs, and I'm so grateful to be doing and collaborating with so many brands and using so many products and testing them out and just being trusted to do that from companies. But before my art setup, I had like a watercolor set and like a paintbrush and a sketchbook inside a tote bag. And when I went to make art, I just grabbed that and started using it. And it wasn't the most efficient way, of course. I am relaunching my shop on May 1st, which is super exciting, but that is taking up all of my time when it comes to like my art time. I'm making art prints and stickers and planning stuff, and it feels like in my brain it's like taking priority because the relaunch is the 1st of next month. So I'm not making any art, which is technically fine, except for the fact that I'm not feeling the most creative, which is not helping with making the products. Like sure, the business side I can like do all the technical stuff, do the product testing, do this, but like I'm not in an art mindset. I'm just like working, doing tasks, which is fine, except that like I think having a creative mindset while making art stuff is helpful. Like it's gonna make my product listing photos nicer, and it's gonna make easier to write descriptions for the art if I'm actually feeling the art and not just like, you know, just like the technical whatever. And doing the sketchbook, like filling up a whole sketchbook and doing it in 1 week, it's like, okay, well I can dedicate 1 week to making art because then I'll still have 2 weeks after to prepare for my shop, and that should be plenty of time. Like if this creatively inspires me, the sketchbook does, then I should be very productive in the 2 weeks following. And if it didn't, like if I hadn't done the sketchbook and I didn't get creatively inspired, the 3 weeks probably would have done the same amount of productivity for me. kind of building a habit. Like, I'm getting up at 5 a.m. to paint or to make art in the sketchbook for the first half of the week, and the second half of the week I'm staying up. I'm painting at like 9 p.m. and those times are like usually past 9 I'm just reading in bed, and like at 5 a.m. I like to be asleep or reading or something. Like, so taking those times that I don't usually do something creative and devoting them to like making something creative, I think is going to be very helpful for me in the future. And I had another point. Oh, I have 2 points. I have loads of products that I either need to make videos for or have barely touched on in videos from brands. And this is the perfect time to use them all, because if I have to fill this in 1 week, I have the supplies to do it. So I just made a pile of everything that I want to be using. And I'll just go through them one by one and I'll make videos. And I like wrote little notes next to some of the stuff I have on here. Like this fish, I wrote alcohol marker because I just got alcohol markers, and then I will have made a video for that company. I will have made art, and I didn't plan around the markers. I sketched everything that I intended on drawing, like on making, and then I went through and decided what materials, like what mediums I could use for them, instead of looking at the medium and going, what can I make with this medium for this? And my last point, I forgot it. I don't remember what my last point was. See, it's creatively inspiring me. I'm using the products, getting into a good habit. Oh yes, the final reason. I am an art creator. I do post on TikTok every day. I post art every week. I do a long form video on YouTube about art or of art, like something related. And being an artist creator means I do need to be making art. Like, showing the process of how I make all my stuff is very cool, but and like packing orders or whatever, that's really cool to share as well. Or like unboxing the Cameo, you guys on YouTube like watching that, and I unbox the printer. But being a nature artist is like the center of what I do online. So if I'm not making art and showing nature, like, and combining the two or whatever, like, what am I doing on social media? Like, I know that social media shouldn't be like the focus of art, but at the end of the day, I do want to become a full-time artist, and to do that, I have to be making art, and I have to be posting art, and I have to be sharing what I'm doing and what I'm making. And sure, some people are really interested in the process, but people have followed me to see me make art. And sure, some of them are probably interested in seeing me take that art and turn it into products and turn it into art prints and stickers and things, but people followed me to watch me make art, and so that is what I will be doing. But the final day and the final page, and I just like can't believe that I did this whole sketchbook in 1 week. I've never done like a full sketchbook in 1 week challenge. So it's not that I didn't think I could do it, but I thought that the pieces of art I made was gonna be like lower quality or something because I have to make so many. And I'm not saying they're all like absolute masterpieces, but I think they're all decent quality. But that is probably because instead of lowering my standards like a whole bunch to make enough pieces for the week, I just like cut out most of my sleep so I could paint like all night. Like I've been doing lives, some lives at like 4 a.m. and then some like 9 p.m. to midnight in order to do enough pages for the challenge. And some of them are like maybe a little bit rushed, and there's some that are like not up to like a usual standard of art I would do. But I will say I don't think I've done a single page in under an hour. I didn't think I was taking that long to do them, and then I was doing the lives, and I have lives that are like 2-3 hours working on like a couple pages at night. But I do think, I don't know, I am really glad I did the challenge I did. Like, it's kind of refreshing and making me like more in an artist mindset. and like making plans to do other art and accepting collabs with art brands and like committing to making videos for them. And just getting my mind thinking about my shop update, which is on May 1st, and instead of working on that like I should be, I'm doing a 1-week sketchbook challenge. And let me tell you, I have not worked on my shop one time this week. I am so busy with like, I've been busy every day, and that's kind of been my excuse for a while for not making like art or like any real art or anything. Like, I'm like, well, I'm like super busy, and in my free time I probably need to work on my shop because I'm relaunching my shop in like 2 weeks. But instead, I decided to do the sketchbook challenge like I said, but it was putting me in like a not so creative mindset, and I think that I could more efficiently do my shop stuff and plan for the future and have ideas and inspiration if I was making more art. So forcing myself, I mean, and not really forcing, but like I gave myself a challenge, and I'm not one to like just back down from a challenge easily. So like giving myself the challenge was like a good idea, because even though I didn't really have time to do this challenge, it kind of got rid of my excuse of like, well, I just don't have any time to make art because I'm so busy. Well, I made time. And I filled the whole sketchbook in 1 week. And yeah, like cutting out all my sleep isn't like a long-term plan, but it got rid of my excuse, and that's really what's important. Got me out of like that stuck mindset of being like, well, I just don't have enough time, well, I just can't do it, I just can't fit it in, like I would if I could. Well, you can, or like I can, if like it really means something to me, I can do it. I just have to make sacrifices in other ways. For example, for this challenge, what I sacrificed was sleep. Oh my god, I'm so tired, but it's okay. I only did like one day, I think, where I got up at 4 a.m. and did live, and then still went live at 9 to midnight. And I was doing live on like TikTok and YouTube. I wish I had done all of them, everything on YouTube, so I could see like exactly how many hours I went live and like when this week. But the TikTok live is like a little bit harder for me to like find the information about. Besides, it's not really that important, it's just kind of interesting. Like, it'd be interesting to know like how many hours total I spent on this sketchbook. But I didn't even do them all on live. I did some off live, and like I needed to make some TikTok videos about some, but just like a rough guesstimate of like how much time I spent on this would be interesting to have.